Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are in a brand new city. We are in Holby City in Minecraft. So as you can see behind me, I am standing near one of our power sources of the city. This is the Stargate. But first things first is a history about the city. So back in 3000 BCE, so that's before Common Era for any of you with an interest in pointless history, not the BCE as in from the TV show, a town called Eureka called Bows and Cloud Exciter, which helps to bring a ship back. So not that. So in 3000 BC, Stone Age man discovered the lands by going through the Stargate, which is behind me here. So that's what happened. So they were living here until around about when Christ was born, back in 0 CE. So in 10 CE, the Romans also invaded, and they came through the Stargate, and they gave us a bit of influence in this city. Not all of it, because most of the Roman history within this city has now been lost, but 90% of it. Okay, then in 1197, Holby Village, which you'll be seeing in a minute, is now the new city, was established under the rule of King Godred I, and he built the castle that I live in as host of this city, and so I live in that castle, and that was established back in 1197. And so then we have in 1547 HMS Mary Rose, which I haven't built yet, but it will be a build I will be doing via a tutorial, sinks in the harbour during a battle with the Gould, the Jafar, and other aliens. So basically, it has a big they lose the ship in the big massive battle. In 1598, the Gould and the other aliens decide to mount another attack under the reign of King Richard I. So, and before I go any further, back to the 1547 one, King Godred has died, so he is now being taken over by King Alfred I. So he is the new king when the battle is taking place. In 1777, the Holby Civil War, which happens, which is the Crown versus Parliament under the reign of King James I, and aliens also attack through the Stargate. That's then when we lock the iris to prevent further attacks within the city. We lock the iris but keep it running so it provides the city with power. And then we fast forward several hundred years to 1850, when the Holby and District Light Railway Company is established under the reign of Queen Alice and PM Richard Trent. So they established the new railway that still exists today. And then we jumped forward to 1914 to 1918. So during the Great War, Holby City helps within the war effort, as well as providing munitions, aircraft, people, and other resources to help fund the military organisation there. Then in 1923, all the railway companies, so all of the individual ones, come together and amalgamate to become one big massive unit. That is under the reign of King Charles II. So this is coming up near to where we are today. And then in World War II, still under the reign of King Charles II, not King Charles II, King George II. Holby City helps with the war effort again, and they provide munitions and everything as well. In 1952, and this is an important year, guys, because this actually happens in real life, but instead of King George II dying and Queen Charlotte becoming the queen, being crowned queen, it actually is that King George VI dies and the late Queen Elizabeth II becomes the new queen at only aged 25. Then in 1982, HMS Mary Rose is found and raised from the seabed of the harbour, and so yeah, that's basically what happens. And then also in that year, we go to war in the Falklands, and Holby City helps in that front. in 2019, Queen Charlotte dies and King Aaron and Queen Cherry are crowned the new monarchs. And then in 2023, HMS Hammersley, our patrol boat that you will see in shortly, joins the fleet and becomes and HMS as well as HMS Street are part of the new fleet that joins. So let's get started with the tour. So as you can see, we are in what is the mountain. So this is where the Stargate lives. It lives in here, protects the whole city, and it's basically where you'd spawn into when you're coming into the map. And so I'll just show you the map. That's the map as it is entirely. Really, it's not fully finished. It's still got a bit of work in progress to go, but nevertheless. So if I quickly lock my days, if we go out of this tunnel and then around, here we have the mountain that I created. Basically, it was made from stone and then just cladded with the dirt blocks and everything around, with Holby City in writing along the side. Here is the part of the railway. This links to every bit of the city, and you'll have a station here for the mountain, and you've got some more track along here. This is the road, or one of the roads, that runs parallel with the railway line, going under the other mountain that says Holby City on it. Well, there's two Holby cities. It's this side and the other side for visitors. But there's going to be some buildings here and some other things. I haven't figured out yet what's going here. And then here is the goods yard for Tesco's, my Tesco store that I have. So here we have the pod unit. So the pod is basically a click and collect point for our customers and colleagues that work here. If they finish their shift, they can come and pick stuff up for their shopping to feed their families within the city. And then here we have the main Tesco store and the main car park. So we'll have a quick look around the main Tesco store. It's not fully furnished inside yet, but 90% of it is done. So here is the cafe. This cafe serves everything from hot drinks to hot food, cakes, the lot. So if I just quickly take a bit more of this potion. Here we have all of our scanners. You shop scanners, and then in this space it will be the main aisles. If we go through this door, here is the warehouse. So this is the door to get you out into the road next to it. This is only used for deliveries if they're coming by rail, and it's like boxes or something. Here we have the freezer and chiller for that's the produce's freezer. This is grocery produce's freezer. This is meats freezer and chiller, or freezer. This is meats chiller. This is the frozen chiller, and then you have the .com chiller, and then the .com freezer. Here we have 15. Oh, no, I'm not joking. 15 .com vans, each with different letters. So this one, for example, is BF71JGE. I'm not telling you what, if you rearrange it, what letters they make, because it is classified information and I would have to then shoot you. But we have 15 vans in here. Here we have the parking area. I'm just going to turn this annoying thunderstorm off, where you'd have the lorry back up and deliver all the stuff. You've got another load of vans here, right next to the railway line, which we'll get to momentarily. And then you have 4 of these vans. So these are like our main. There's 2 standby vans and 2 pod vans, each with their own unique number plates. So like for example here, you can tell which one it is. If you're watching Jack or Ollie, you guys could probably tell what these ones are. Apart from that, most of you would not be able to guess what the hell the vans are. On the railway line per se, we have a Q1 built by Oliver Bully back in 1941. This was a sturdy workhorse in the interwar years, the war years, for Great Britain. This is my box standard attempt to do it because they've never released a tutorial for it. And then if we go further down the track, we have a 060 shunter, just pushing a lot. Going to be pushing some coal and stuff along. And my favourite loco, the Battle of Britain class unrebuilt West Country, which is lovely, so nice. Here we have this is going to be a shopping mall, so comment down below if you are on the Privy Council or the council itself. Even if you aren't on the council, you can still comment down below on what shops you think I should put into this store. And so yeah, and then we have the car park right next to it. Above that is the Red Arrows, the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Display Team, doing a fly past over that. High above that, you can't really tell on the camera screen, or on the screen itself, but I will go up to it, is going to be two of the Venator class Star Cruisers from Star Wars. So these will provide protection for the King 1 aircraft. So if we go whizzing back down, whee, boom boom. So in here we will have some other buildings and bits. This is the fire station. So in here we have all the fire engines bar, I think 2, that are out somewhere dealing with an incident. But everything else is in here. It's nearly all furnished inside. 90% of it is. I think only about 10% of it isn't. So if we quickly go through this way, we have the police station. So this has got some vehicles in it. There will be some more vehicles being added to here, but 90% of all the cop cars are in position. And you've got the police station as well. This isn't detailed inside, that's why I'm not showing you guys the interiors. Here we have another building. This is going to be our Tesco's headquarters. So this is where all the Tesco's decisions are made. This is the town hall. So this is where the council and the Privy Council meet once a week. So with regards to you and Jack and you Ollie, this is where you guys would meet if this went onto a server. This would be where you guys meet, and we would have massive meetings in here of what the city should do, how we should improve, and everything else. So if I just come out of here, we got some more foliage and trees. This is the tunnel. If we go down this road here, we've got the little town hall. This is going to be like not town hall. This is the little bank building. It's a little bit bad, but hey ho. This is the school, so you can see how big the school is. It's got a clock tower, and then the inner courtyard, and then some buildings behind, which we'll get to in a minute. Here we have some houses and stuff. Here's the goods yard, not goods yard, but the delivery yard. So we've Royal Mails delivering their parcels. You have another food place, and then some other foods and stationery things. Actually, it is furnished inside for once. So if we go inside, you can see that it's all furnished, and there's bunches of chests in here, not with anything in at the minute, but then there's tracks that lead you into each of the trucks to load up with load or unload supplies, depending on whether it's being loaded to take stuff away or unloaded for stuff coming in. Here is the secondary hosts of the city. This is where the Prince and Princess of Holby City, because this is a monarchy run city, this is where they live, which is Holby Mansion. So this is where you and Lewis live, Bryony. So shout out to you two, who are amazing mates, and you are awesome. But this is where you guys live. You have a nice big helipad, so you can land gunships on here, helicopters, you name it. Here we have the hospital. So yep, this is where all of the accident emergencies come in. You've got control up here. This is where all the decisions are made. And then you've got the ambulance bays in here. I was contemplating when building this whether to put stairs in or just have multiple lifts, and then I realised, hang on a minute, if the ambulance service need to go out quickly, they should just use fire poles and just jump onto them like that. And because this one runs between on the lane line, it has like a little train line running next to it, which is for like the narrow gauge engines to get their stuff brought through, like passengers if they're at the time of war or anything. But yeah, you can see how big the hospital is. It's literally covers like 3-4 buildings. You got that building, which is the main hospital, you got outpatients, and then you got control for the ambulances. Here we have, here we have another what will be a station. So then station will be here. This is our office block. I know it looks like the World Trade Center in America. That was the design I took off of it, but because of what happened there and it being horrific for the Americans, I have put in here a section, a memorial, and on here will be not the names per se, but the figures of, this will be like a war memorial, so they have figures of the people who died during World War One, World War Two, in protection of the King and everything. Here we have this is like a housing estate, so half of these houses are built, some of these aren't built. These houses, I would like to thank my good friend Oliver. He came up with the design for these houses following pictures that he found on the internet, so I would like to thank him for that. So thanks, Oliver. And then we get onto the harbour. So in the harbour we have the control tower, and then we have the harbour itself. So here we have a cargo ship that's bringing some supplies in, and you can see how big the gantry cranes are bringing all the boxes off. Then you have HMAS or HMHS Britannic, which is a medical ship that works alongside Holby with Holby MC. Then you have the cruise liner that's based off of the Lusitania, the Mauritania, the Atlantic, Titanic and Olympic. And turn this annoying thunderstorm off. So yeah, it is fairly huge. And then in here we have what will be the start of one of the destroyers. This is going to be a destroyer for the Holby Navy. And then we have a minesweeper. And then this is the cream of the crop, my favourite build ever. This is HMAS Hammersley, the patrol boat from the show Sea Patrol that can basically take any fight to the enemy and win. And then we have the parking area for a couple of little patrol boats. This is I put this on the ground, guys, because it reminds me of what I wanted to put into the dry docks. So like FC means a flower corvette, and A means astute class. So this will be basically where the astute sits, flower corvette in there, and then the Mary Rose will go just on this plinth here. That's why I moved the plinth, because of the design of it and how big it is. Here we have some gantry cranes. This is to take stuff from what will be the railway, because it's served by little locomotives, to the road, so the road hauling vehicles. And then we hit the airport. So in the airport we have parking for at least, I'm saying, about 100 to 150 individual aircraft. So this is where the terminal is. Not finished yet, but as you can see, it's a very large terminal. And then we have the like staff area and firefight. So you have 7 firefighting vehicles. Most of this airport firefighting with air traffic control, or the tower above that as like a massive window, so you can see 360 degrees everywhere. And then on the side, this is where we keep our rescue vehicles. So the rescue vehicles per se aren't going to be like your box standard rescue vehicles, like dragging stuff from like your rescue firefighters or your other things. These are going to house what are known as elevator cars. So these are house elevator car 1, 2, 3 and 4 from the old TV show The Thunderbirds. in the first episode you see called Trap in the Sky, you get 4 elevator cars come out of Thunderbird 2. So these are where the 4 elevator cars will come in. So this is only to be used in an emergency when we need to land an aircraft with either gears up or gears down, but because of what it got, either got a fuel leak or it's got something that's like an engine problem and it can't land easily with the main wheels and touching down because it might blow up, they will deploy they'll deploy all 7 of the firefighting units to be on a standby to put the fire out if it goes wrong. And then you have 4 of the rescue vehicles. So one of them is like a normal car, and then you have 2 are normal, and the other 2, so 3 and 4, are RC controlled ones. And then we have the hangar bays. So this is where all like the jets will be kept. And then in here will be a big parking lot for like our bigger aircraft like King 1, Queen, Princess 1, and some of the transport aircraft for that. Here are the runways. So we have runway 34 left and 34 right. So the tower will tell whoever aircraft. So if I pretend I'm an aircraft and go, requesting clearance to taxi, and they'll go, yep, roger, taxi to runway 34 left and hold. So you'll taxi to runway 34 left and hold, wait for your gap, and then you basically go full. You know what happens. You go full throttle, and then V1, rotate, and lift, and you're up, and then you're off on your holiday. And then coming back, it's the same principle. You come in on either runway, and then you just touch down and land. These things here, I know they're like white stripes and you see them on the runways. Within our city, these are emergency, where the emergency barricade can be rigged from. So if we've got an aircraft that needs recovering and the rescue vehicles haven't, it's like at night and the rescue vehicles aren't going out, we can have a barricade rigged, and it will then be snared in the barricade to stop the aircraft crashing or something. So where do we get to? Ah, yes, here. So here we have Holby Castle. So this was built in 1197. The helipad was not built in 1197, but the main bit of the castle was built in 1197. That's why it's done with these 2 bits. So this would be where the tradespeople come in, and this would be where the king and queen would go through. And then you have all your like high-rise buildings and everything. And then this is like a little, because I like cameos in my city and gimmicks. This is where I have a TARDIS. So you have the 11th Doctor, Rory and Clara that are helping, and then you have a very, very poorly built, I don't like, Dalek and a Cyberman, which is just basically 3 grey blocks and 2 levers. I'll even show you actually if I quickly get light grey wall and a couple of things. So if we build it here, because I'm going to put another Cyberman. Actually, I'm going to put Cyberman here. So if we go 1, so you get whatever blocks you want. So in my case, I'm using light grey. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Put 1 lever like that and pull it down. Put 1 lever like that. And there we go. That's a Cyberman for you. Here we have like a housing, a flat apartment area for people. This is like a park, so this is where kids can hang out and play. This is the Hornby shop, so this is where they sell all the model railway stuff, Airfix, Scalextrics, Corgi. I'm trying to remember what they sell. Yeah, Corgi, Airfix, Hornby. And then you've got the little blocks down here, and then this is going to be Scalextrics, and they're going to have like a little sign to tell them what it was. This building is designed off of a building in London, where they have like a building along like a clock thing along the side. So that's how I got this design. Some of these gaps I'm putting other buildings in. These are like a couple of village houses here. And then here we have, well, there we have another high-rise building. Here we have the Lego store. This is going to be selling all of our Lego products to our customers and also other people. So here we have like Lego City, Lego Star Wars, Technic, Minecraft, and other things on the shelves. And there's models. Here we have the accommodation for the other people. So you have where everybody lives, and it's basically where everybody works. The PM's building is going to be probably there or something, and then you have more of the railway line, and then you have the passenger coach area where all the coaches live, and then you have like a little railway station here. Oh great, I'm having an autosave. Bear with guys because I've got an autosave happening. Okay, and then this is where the track will carry on into what would be Holby Magic Mountain, and then you have 10 platforms here. So I'll just go along the line at the station. What we've got here, we've got a Dean Goods 060 train, and he will be pulling some coal wagons. This is a GWR Pacer, or a bus on wheels as I call it, and that's a 4-car concept, so that will be on platform 1. On platform 2 we have the GWR King class. This is going to be King George the 5th, or KG5 as I call him, as I remember they call him. This is a Southeastern and Chatham locomotive, basically an Edward but a different colour scheme and everything. Then we have what was Gordon and now is a A1 or an A3 Pacific Coronac, and she'll pull a big massive passenger train. Here we have Schools Class number 925 Cheltenham, and she'll pull some coaches, and then you have some other spaces for some other coaches that we're going to put in later. And then we have the platforms. Within inside the station you have these barriers, so this basically opens like that. So you push the button and then you come through, and so yeah, and then you have where like the shops and everything, and it's all carpeted. And then I like this because I built this, I had to literally engineer it. When we go downstairs I'll show you, but we have tracks in the middle, so we can have 2 of our more high profile engines on display. So here we have like the barriers and the lift. So if we go up in the lift quickly, and I just need to take some of this potion so I can actually see where I'm going. Okay, there will be ladders in here once I've got round to finishing it off. Here is the passenger control centre, so this controls all traffic in, and as you can see 925 is sitting just, it's saying it's sitting just beyond the points, but at the minute it's in the station. And so this is control. This works alongside our other control room over here, which is our main control room, and that's the one that operates all controls around the whole of the network. So this only operates the station area and certain areas like the harbour and everything. And then you got bits of building behind it. So if we go down to the bottom, here I quickly hold the fence. Here we have an A1 Stepney locomotive. This is like a little terrier built from a tutorial by Crafty Fox. It is beautiful. And then we have the Stephenson's rocket with a coal wagon. I'm trying to think what else have I missed. Don't think I've missed anything. Oh yeah, that's another car park. Above here, this is the GWR City class, which is the City of Churro, and so that was another tutorial by Crafty Fox. Here is what was the old City of Malta flag from my old city, which we've transferred onto this city to give it some heritage, because this is what's going to become the new flag. It's going to be red, white, and red, red and white with a bit of a cross in the middle until I can figure out a new flag for it. Here we have some open top coal wagons, so this will just be full of coal, and then we have the main goods yard, and then we have the engine siding areas. We have another of the O6Os. We have the gantry crane workshop areas. This is where the work stuff happens. Why is there a floating block here? I don't know why. And then we have a load of we have another engine. Here is a MT4 or 4MT tank engines, and this one, I think, yep, the boiler is lit, so it's now producing steam. And then we have another one just here. I think I prefer this one over that one. That one only because it's a bit bigger and bulkier, and this one's a bit narrower and smaller. And then you have the turntables and everything, and then the coal storage area. And then right at the back of this we have the rural station. This was a station designed off of a picture from Alford Station on the Mid-Hants Railway, and same with the double track system. This is taken from the idea at Mid-Hants, where you can have one engine come along and then uncouple at the other end, swing around, and then couple up at the back other end and do stuff. This is like also from Mid-Hants that I took the idea from, which is if they're taking they're visiting with a Gala engine, they can load it onto the railway line via a ramp or something and block the road off. So then you have a bit more of the buildings, and I think that is pretty much it, guys. There's nothing really I've missed, unless I have missed something and I'm a complete and utter plonker, which I don't think I have. I think I've shown you every single thing. I showed you the car park, showed you the police station, showed you there, showed you there, showed you there, and then this is just open field at the minute until we can figure out what the hell's going in here. So I would just like to say thank you very much for watching after I've sorted this out and I hit the floor. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you like, comment and subscribe. If you're part of the Privy Council, please don't forget to leave me a comment on what I should add or what I shouldn't add. I should change within the cities, and hopefully you should have a very nice day. I will be catching you very shortly. I will see you guys very later on, and we will hopefully do another video where it's a bit more updated. So I'd like you to stay tuned to this channel, and see you all later. Bye for now.